Great. The program is today with John and Helen on PlusTvAfrica, and our searchlight beams today on spirituality versus religion. And it's time to tap from the wealth of experience of a man who has traveled, to 74 countries in the world. 74, exactly 74.
Yes.
And interacted with people of diverse races and beliefs.
It's a huge pleasure to welcome Dr. Frederick Babatunde Odutola, a philanthropist, a legal practitioner, fellow Faculty of Secretaries and Administrators, UK, member, Chartered Institute of Arbitration, fellow, Institute of Directors, immediate past vice chairman, Governing Council, West African Theological Seminary, proprietor, Fred Odutola Schools Limited. His CV is so intimidating. We just decided to cut this in this way. Yeah?
I feel a little intimidated with that CV.
When I was going through that CV.
Well, Doctor, with the time we've spent so much in the program, let's get cracking. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And the man God uses is a nobody who he makes a somebody.
Okay.
And that's the summary of my life.
That's the summary of your life.
A nobody who God chose to make a somebody.
Okay, Helen, let's go.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you once again for joining us. So spirituality is a growth process, we have learned.
Yes.
Please take us through some of the stages.
Yes. You see, I listened to the first speaker. But let me just summarize it like this. Spirituality is personal.
Yes.
Religion is communal.
Okay.
That's a summary.
Yes.
Spirituality is personal. Spirituality is who you are, what you believe, and how you believe that there is a deity above you, and you are in line with a person. So it starts from you. It's from within. It's you.
It's what you believe.
What you believe. Spirituality is you.
It's you. It's about you.
It's about you. So if I'm going to be in a nutshell, I say spirituality is personal. Religion is communal.
Okay.
That's the community says, this is what we want to practice. This is how I want to practice it. It becomes a norm. And then if you are in, you have to align. You have to, be able to be in line with, in tune with other people.
Yeah.
And then that's where religion comes.
Okay, Doctor.
Yes.
We have agreed that it is a growth process. It's a process, spirituality.
Yes.
Okay, now spiritual growth, or in other words, spiritual awakening, is relatively subjective to perceived goals, where you want to be. What are these likely goals? Where are you heading for?
Yes, I think let me start with a submission of Dr. Maya Spencer. He says, spirituality entails the recognition of a feeling or sense or belief that there is something greater than me. It is the belief that the greater whole of which we are part is cosmic or divine in nature. So it starts from, who am I? Who am I? Then it starts coming to, how did I get here? Then why am I here? Purpose.
Where am I headed?
And where am I heading to? And how can I be, since I'm not alone. Life is a journey, it's not a race. So since I'm not alone, how do I relate with people without hurting them and without them hurting me?
Okay.
You see, so it's all this encapsulation of where you now bring yourself out as someone adding value to the society.
So you have to
as a person,
shape yourself.
Shape yourself. In the way that I carry my cross, you carry your cross. Don't carry your cross in a way that you disturb me from carrying my own cross.
John.
Okay.
I'm telling you that now. Don't disturb me, all right? Okay. Seriously, doctor.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what does spirituality achieve that religion does not?
Okay. Yes. I think one thing I want us to realize is that sometimes you have to realize yourself in a crowd. Because in religion, you are in a crowd.
Okay, it's communal.
It's communal. You are not alone. And you must be ready. You must know who you are so that you not be swept away by various, because there is a lot of heresy these days. A lot of heresy. A lot of heresy these days. It's so sad.
And that's religion. That's
religion for you. That is religion for you. And in the same religion, you see even people fighting themselves in the same religion. Just because of doctrinal differences.
Yes. Yes.
I remember when we were going to publish the new Efik Bible. Efik Bible was the first Bible published in Yoruba in Nigerian national language, 1868. Wow. Because Mary Slessor was raising the money from Scotland for them to have it done. When they were going to have the revised one, just had people say, no, we don't want the current Efik Bible. It's more of the language of Akwa Ibom people. Cross River don't want. So I now went there to have a meeting. I was not the CEO, I was the field operations manager then for the Bible Society. And I was shocked to see Christians disagreeing just for the Akwa Ibomers used to be our house boys and cook. We are more educated. How can their language be more in the Bible? Wow. Really? They were together until they created Akwa Ibom from Cross River. Now they want to divide the Bible because of creation of state. And I now said, okay, let me see who we're going to use the Bible. Then I saw the chiefs and the other Akwa Ibom brought the heads of churches. I said, we are publishing for churches, not for chiefs.
So that's religion.
So that's religion for you.
Religion.
That's religion for you. Sir, if you remember Guyana tragedy in 1977, 5,000 people were told to drink cyanide to go and meet their God. That is religion. So you must be able to say no. You must be able to know when to take yourself out of heresy. So that's why spirituality helps you to know who you are. Be focused about your life. Don't let anybody just sweep you about, because a lot of doctors, people just turn things around and then you see yourself, you are lost.
Yeah, you see, Doctor, it appears as if religion is taking quite a bashing.
Yes.
And what it means is that we have to be careful.
We have to be very, very
with
careful.
the way we manage
it.
Religion. And it's not peculiar to our environment here. It
Everywhere.
is something that happens everywhere.
Worldwide.
Now, let me take you to another area.
Yes.
That has been of serious interest to me, and I'm sure to Helen and a lot of other people. Yeah. Can you be spiritual without believing in God? We have some doctrines.
We have some, but I think it starts from believing the deity God, really.
Deity.
The God. But let me take you out of this one to some issue. People can serve humanity without believing God.
Yes.
Taye Sholan is an example.
Yes.
He shared the same alma mater with me, Wesley College, Ibadan. He was among those who built the chapel in Wesley College. But he asked for 3 things, and God did not say yes. And so he said, then there is no God. His friend was sick, and he went on his knees and said, God, if you are there, my friend should not die. The friend died. That was the first appointment God gave him. Second one, when he was leaving the college, normally they post us to city and less city as teachers in those days. I was posted to the city in 1976 as a teacher. He said, God, I want to be in the city. I don't want to be in less city so I can advance my education. They posted him to less city.
Oh, Lord.
So God said no. But if he had been told that there are 3 answers to prayer, God can say yes, God can say no, God can say wait a little while. Maybe he would have known that God is still God, even when he says no.
Yes.
So people, but you look at his life of service to humanity. Look at his school, Flower School, Kenya. He patterned it according to Wesley College, where we came out from. It's like a serious training ground. So you can see he served humanity.
Yes.
But then he didn't believe in God. So that's a good example for us.
That is a good
So
example.
people can serve humanity, yet they don't really believe. Nelson Mandela, I even sent message of preaching to him when he was alive. But he was still so bitter that it is the same church that brought Christianity, that through them apartheid came. And look at Mahatma Gandhi. He said, I would have been a Christian, but for the Christians. When he was studying in South Africa to become a lawyer, he went to the church and they said, no, this church is not for colored people. Then he said, they gave me Bible. Is that one in the church too? So he threw away the Bible. Then he said, I would have been a Christian, but for the Christians.
For the Christians.
So that's why I have to be very careful about religion.
Whoa.
Very careful about religion.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So before the discovery of religion,
Yes.
where were we as human beings?
God gave us conscience. As human beings, when we were created without religion, without tenets of faith, without anybody teaching you anything, God gave us conscience. When you do the right thing, you see that you're happy. When Cain killed Abel, he started running about. No, who told him to be running about?
Conscience.
The conscience. So you see, that's why when I see people committing crime, they say, do these people have conscience, or they just want to subdue the conscience and do the wrong thing?
They tell you it's the devil.
You see, that's when we get to heaven, then we give some people knock on their head. Where was I? Me who was in Asia, you said I'm the one causing you to make trouble in Nigeria. Devil will knock some people, really. So on a serious note, God has given us conscience. And up till today, even when you see our children when they're growing up. I remember my daughter, I know she'll be watching me now. She's now an aerospace engineer. When she was 2 years old, she went to the fridge, took the butter, and was just licking the butter. When she told me, she smiled. I left her. She didn't know. Conscience is not yet developed in her.
Okay.
But when she was about 3.5, she went to pick fish from the pot. And when she saw me, she dropped it. I flogged her. She knew she was doing the wrong thing. Wow. That's conscience.
Are you sure she's watching this program?
I'm sure she's watching. She was say, Daddy, I was saying, yes, I remember. I flogged her. She was 3.5. When she was 2, she did the wrong thing. She didn't know. She smiled at me.
Yes.
I cleaned her up. But at 3.5, she did the wrong thing. I flogged her because she dropped it. She knew it was wrong. So that means you know it was wrong.
Yes.
So don't do the wrong thing.
Yes. So, Doctor, Doctor, if the aim of religion is for godliness, why do religious beliefs and doctrines collide? We're all serving the same God. Why do we still collide?
That's where when I saw, is there one true religion? I said, okay. Now you see, religion came out of studying the lives of leaders. So when you look at Jesus, you look at Buddha, you look at Muhammad, you look at Moses, you look at Krishna. So this one, so it is patterned along them. Jesus Christ did not find Christianity. No. Jesus Christ did not even call people Christians. They were first called Christians in Antioch in Pisidia. It's unbelievers who saw them for 1 year. They said, these people are like Jesus Christ, and they call them Christians. Jesus Christ did not call them Christian. Jesus Christ did not find Christianity. He even came to condemn the religion where there was no humanity in it. Condemn the Pharisees, the Sadducees. You are sepulchres, you are beautiful outside, but bones are inside of you. You know, he was condemning them. He even healed on the Shabbat day, and he said, Shabbat, that is, you must be a sinner. He said, which of you will have your donkey in the well and leave it because it's Shabbat day? And when I was in Jerusalem, I was looking at the picture. They said Shabbat. I couldn't take picture, but they were still selling pan shekel, and I said, Jesus is coming to flog you again by the same synagogue, opposite the dome on the rock, the mosque of Omar. So, my brother, when you look at it, the religion is man-made religion. That's why Karl Marx say religion is the opium of the people. In his book in 1843, made popular in 1930s, when people now really saw the effect of religion. You know, it's like intoxication, opium of the people. People are so religious. And that's why Jesus Christ came to say, no, I'm not coming to preach religion. I'm coming to preach humanity, service to humanity and service to God. That's why he brought a parable of the Good Samaritan. The priest was the first to see the man in blood and passed away. Maybe he was in a hurry to go and perform in the synagogue. He let somebody who died. The Levite, the house of Levi, went away. Samaritan saw the person, and that's why Jesus was saying, that's your neighbor. Anybody you can help is your neighbor. And that's what Jesus Christ came to preach. And when he summarized the commandments, he did not say, do this religion. He said, no. He said, look, love your neighbor as yourself. That's the first one. Second one, love the Lord your God with all your heart. And that's the summary of the 10 commandments. Put all the 10 commandments on this. You will see them. You can separate them on neighbor, God. Neighbor, God.
Doctor, it would be interesting to have you on the pulpit.
Yes, I'm on the pulpit too. I'm a reverend gentleman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
But you see these days, because they've bastardized so much, I always use I don't even use barrister, doctor, or everything. I only use Dr. Fred. I worked for my doctorate, so that's good. Yeah. I hand it. You know, because a lot of things, I see a lot of things today, but I just thank God, Lord, I know you have a personal relationship with you. Because if not, you will run away from faith. You can imagine the recent one, 63-year-old apostle marries 18-year-old choir girl in his church as a second wife. And some pastors were standing with him. I won't stand with him. Like, I won't stand with him. Chinese who don't even have faith, they say when man 60 marries girl 25, it's like buying book for someone else to read.
Oh my God.
That's Chinese proverb for you, sir.
Okay.
When man 60 marries girl 25, it's like buying book for someone else to read. Then an apostle 63 has a wife, now took an 18-year-old girl as a second wife, and some people are standing with him in pictures.
So someone else will read that book.
Somebody else will read that
Definitely.
book. Someone else will read that book.
And you wonder what will be written in that book.
Well,
all right.
Look at the world. Look at the world. Look at the seven religions of the world in their population as at 2021. Let me give you the statistics.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
And then when you look at it...
In a minute.
Yes, in a minute I'll do that for you. Christianity, 2.38 billion. Islam, 1.9 billion. Hinduism, 1.16 billion. Buddhism, 507 million. Folk religions, 430 million. Other religions, 61 million. Judaism, 14.6 million. Unaffiliated, 1.19 billion. Unaffiliated, 1.19 billion. They don't have religion. They don't know. We just live as like that. So what we're talking about is if we all practice what Christ teaches about love your neighbor as yourself and love God, we will have it will be an utopian society.
Conscience, character,
love, humanity. You see how we grew up. Let me give you what I'm talking about. It starts from home. And listen, is it the father or the mother? I will tell you, it's the mother. It's the mother that shapes the child. It's the mother. The father spends all the money. The mother shapes the child. In 1964,
that's an argument. You're starting something else.
Don't argue it. Don't argue it, my dear. I'm a man. I'm a man, and I'm saying it.
Used to be.
That's it.
It's the ideal.
In those days, all you made us do, our mothers, is to make us be the terror image in the house. When your father comes, mommy, please don't tell my daddy. Yes. That's all we are.
Yes.
We are on the judgment seat. But when talking of shaping the child, do you know, my daddy wouldn't have known I stole a ruler in 1964.
You did?
Okay.
I stole a ruler in 1964. I didn't even know it was stealing. Somebody stole my yellow ruler. I saw a green ruler on the floor. I picked it. I didn't ask for the owner. I put it in my bag.
But sometimes it will be interesting to steal something and not know you are stealing.
And you see, but my mother made me know by pummeling me. She beat her. I won't forget it. In fact, the girl I stole her ruler, I didn't forget her name. She was at my second son's wedding in 2011. I invited her. Billy Kisu at the room.
But she has forgiven you.
She has forgiven. And she got her ruler back because my mother checked my bag and saw the ruler and woke me up.
I knew this wasn't your own.
I said, my ruler.
He stole it by mistake.
He said, I bought you yellow ruler, you brought green ruler. I said, I don't know who took my own. So I now saw this on the floor. So floor is now growing rulers. He didn't ask who the owner was.
Wow.
She just put my head on her thigh and pummeled me at the back. Wow. Then gave a note to my teacher. The teacher, when she was 80 years, I sent her Diglot Bible when I was still outside of Nigeria. Wow. That one now got me and used ruler to hit the back of my hand before. Now is the ruler. The guy came out, Billy Kisu at the room. I didn't forget the name of the girl. It is 1964. That's about 57 years ago. So mothers, they shape us. They make us know that we must be useful in the society. Yeah. We must not spoil the name of the family. All those kind of things. So they all grow within us before we now go into spirituality.
Okay. Doctor, before we let you go, you have to answer the question that you see on the screen.
Yes.
So with all the variants available to us over time,
yes,
is there anything like one true religion?
Yes. There is.
If yes, what is it?
There is one true religion. There is one true religion. And I won't go to the fallacy of the Christians now. But, in a nutshell, I would say I am a Christian. That's my faith. But the one true religion that Jesus Christ presented, irrespective of your faith, because religion is not the main, it's relationship we're talking about. Okay. Now, it's talking about the true religion. Okay. Serve humanity. Okay. Serve God.
Good.
That is the true religion.
That's the true religion.
So it doesn't have a tag.
It doesn't have a tag. It doesn't have a name.
Serve humanity, serve God.
Find your purpose.
Serve humanity, serve God. Jesus Christ confessed. He said, as you would like others to do to you, do so to them.
We could be here.
So if you don't want them to hurt you, don't hurt them.
True. Okay. With Dr. Frederick, you can be here for another 3 hours and we would not be exhausting this subject matter. No doubt a much better understanding has been achieved today on a subject matter. All we can say is thank you so much for doing a very excellent job.
It's a pleasure to be here. So my country has become 75 this year.
Okay.
I went to Jordan on pilgrimage. Okay. So that was my 75th country. And I'm still counting because I'm still on this side of the world, of this earth. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank
and
you
I pray every one of us watching at home will realize that in life, whatever you don't want others to do to you, don't do to them. And whenever you can kneel down before your God and have a clear conscience, you are a happy person.
Yes.
Money cannot buy that peace of God. It passes all human understanding.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Doctor.
you.
And it gets better as we conclude this package with Pharaoh and her guest taking a look at purpose and spirituality.
But hold your breath a bit, just a moment, as we make way for the Keep Fit coach. He's ready to take us through some exercises, and after that, Pharaoh and her guest will take the stage. Please stay with us. This is Today with John and Helen.